Boards. Board games, board games, it's what I'm talking about. Board games, I'm not gonna shout. I am starting off this morning with a little bit of singing. And hello, I am Bez. That is what the banner says. Ah, wait, that's not what that banner says. That's what that banner says. That is what that banner says. And right now it is brunch time. Arguably, regardless, I want to rhyme. And I am going to be blethering about a hobby known as board gaming. And today, for the 100th time. And I hope to make this yours as well as mine. Busy, brunchy, board game blether, number 100. I knew when we started that we would get to number 100, and I'm going to continue until we've parted ways. I am not going to sing all day. I'm going to start the show in a talking way. Hello. Hello, Alan Outson. It is lovely to see you this morning, as I always say. And hello, Xate. It is lovely to see you as well. I mean, when I say see you, I mean see your avatar and to see your textual message, which makes me know that you're there and you're watching. And it's lovely to be connected in this manner over the course of the internet. And hello, Christina. It is lovely to see you. Now, what I'm going to do, as I always say, this is busy, brunchy board game blether. I'm going to start off talking about brilliant things, then games we've been playing, but as an unusual thing, I am just going to throw caution to the wind and see what happens. I'm going to go into the comments and share a link. If you wish to come on to the show, then just follow this link, and if I don't already know you, then type me a message so that I know that you're not just a random jerk who might spam or troll. But yeah, this is... So let's get started. And today it's going to be celebrating 100. So let's talk about a brilliant thing. Brilliant thing. What's a little thing which is brilliant? Today, I wish to talk about clothes. Not just any item of clothes, just clothes in general. I think that clothes in general are pretty brilliant because, you know, if you're not feeling great about your body, they can, you know, cover up parts of your body. If you are feeling brilliant about your body, then they can highlight parts of you. They can display information. I mean, we had t-shirts before, you know, they can proudly emblazon, you know, this is a band that I love, or this is something that I love. They can allow you to show your personality. And yeah, I think that clothes also, the thing about clothes is that especially when it's cold, you know, they keep you warm. I mean, it's like walking around with a blanket constantly around you. I mean, you've got maybe thick tights, or maybe trousers, or maybe a jumper, maybe a thick coat as you're going outside. And it's like, wow, I'm able to put on all these clothes. And so I've still got all the same body hairs. I mean, I feel like animals who can't put on clothes, I kind of feel bad for them. I mean, snakes are probably not as bad because at least they shed their skin. I wonder if they do that in the summer. But anyway, clothes, allowing us to adjust our personal temperatures. That is pretty darn brilliant. And Hello, Alex. It is lovely to see you. And Alan, um I don't know. How about a 5 10 second appearances and also a 50-second appearance judiciously decided. How about we do that? Okay. So moving on to games, 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 games. What have we been playing? What are their names? And I invite everyone to share what games you have been playing. Now, I have not played any games. Wait, I think I did take one more move on Crazy Farmers and the Closer's Electrics. I'm not sure if I did or not. It was a bit of a weird day yesterday. Yeah, I don't think I played any games yesterday. I did, however, read the rules to a lot of games. I've now read the rules to and internalized the rules for basically all the games for the LDEC design competition. And there's, lots of exciting stuff. There's 2 games that are going to be marginally difficult to judge. There's one solo-only game. There's one game that's 4 players minimum. There's one game that's only online playable. And everything else, I'll play 3 players. Or if it's a 2-player thing, then I will sit out and watch Layla and Chris play. But so I've not been playing anything, but I have been internalizing rules. Oh, and Alan Outson managed to get into the top 20 of Backgammon Arena mode. Congratulations, but then slipped down to number 30. And feel free to share any other games you've been playing. Now, recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights, recent highlights. My recent highlights, oh gosh. I should open a Twitter page because I did talk about this a wee moment ago. So my recent highlights, oh yes, a lot of these are to do with streaming. I enjoyed having Norbert on yesterday when we talked about board game arena programming. I did some drawings yesterday. This is of Groot with a squirrel. This one is of a duck eating an ice cream. I wonder if I should make that black rather than white because it kind of looks like a mistake, but that was meant to be me showing their, nose holes. And then we've got the dinosaur. What's on the floor stays on the floor because this is a sad T-Rex who can't quite pick up the dice. Oh, poor T-Rex. Sad T-Rex. That was one of my highlights. I enjoyed getting a wee bit of drawing done. And a big highlight was, getting outside for an evening walk, chatting with Xate, thank you so much, and walking around and having this life-affirming conversation. I mean, even when people aren't around necessarily, oh, thank you very much. That's lovely of you to say. Oh. And I'm going to share now some photos that I took of yesterday. Here's the sky as I was wandering around. I mean, there's a great big stonking thing. That thing wasn't there 2 months ago. I don't know if that's some sort of air conditioning thing or if that's a light. I'm talking about the thing which has a cylinder at the top on the top right of this picture. And this was a field that I went into. This was the park, hardly anyone there, which was lovely. And you can see that. I've got, here, look at the local cat. It went up to me and then it went a bit too close. I couldn't take photos anymore. Conversely, this was a spider that was reasonably happy with this photo and then it scurried away, so I couldn't take photos anymore. And it just appreciating the world around us. For me, being able to engage, being able to have a garden. And so for me, that is definitely a recent highlight. Alan Outson reckons it was a CCTV and street lamp combo. That's possible. Now, let's get to the topic today. I am celebrating 100. I mean, what am I celebrating 100 of? I'm celebrating the fact that this is the 100th time that I have essentially opened my computer and clicked a button and started streaming live and talking to people. I mean, some of them have been, I think the shortest ones have been about 55 minutes. The longest one's been about 2 hours and a couple of minutes, which was when I was talking about the L deck. Today, I do have to skedaddle. I've got a critical thing, so I'm going to try to keep this fairly short to about an hour. And I just want to say, you know, I want to give thanks to everybody who's always been watching, you know, everyone who's just kind of stumbled in, you know, everybody that Sates invites from the Loserpalooza show. It's lovely to have a few more voices on here sometimes. Alan Oughton, who's been here from the start. It's amazing. This is not the 100th show. This is the 100th Busy Breakfast Board Game Bladder, because I also do the Tuesdays and the Thursdays, and I used to do the Sundays. So this is nothing to do with how many streams I've done. This is to do with the Busy Breakfast Board Game Bladder specifically. I mean, if we count everything, then I don't know how many it would be. Quite a bit more. Probably less than half of them are other things. I mean, more than, I only do about 2 or 3 streams a week that aren't this thing. So, that's too many. I mean, I don't keep track of those numbers. But the point is I've done this daily, and this does take effort kind of getting out of bed, although today, because I'm on my own, little behind the scenes. I thought I would maybe share some behind the scenes stories. Maybe I could even go to YouTube or my own Facebook. That might be better because some of them aren't on YouTube. And then chat about some of the episodes that we've had. And as I said before, if anyone wishes, follow the link that I pasted earlier, and I would be happy to have lovely people on the show. So checking it out, if I go to my videos, these are, this is my Facebook page. So no one messages me, so we don't. So all the videos, you can keep scrolling down. There's a lot of videos there. There's a lot. Come on. There's a lot. And so, not only have I done shorter things, but I've done like the Tuesday trials. I've done the 1 minute reviews that I used to do at the end of things when I used to review things. I've been doing quite a bit since 12-ish weeks ago. I really should have lined this up a bit earlier. Now, my streaming very much started because of COVID. I did have a few packages up, so I'd gone live on Facebook. I'm unboxing a thing that's a year ago, and choosing a winner for the competition, the Spielwarenmesse, which, that one, oops, I thought it would take me to a new page. So that's me at Nuremberg Toy Fair. Categorical and the playthrough. That was when I was playing, and that was 22 weeks ago. That was actually just before lockdown. I just wanted to play Categorical with a bunch of people and celebrate it. But then the first streaming that I started was the live playtest with a word game and a chat with Sally Jones. And there we are. Sally, looks like Tom Cauldron. Is that James? And you've got, Ian. Lovely people. And we played a game which turned out to be Freemel, although it was very different back in those days. We had all sorts of social gaming that I started originally on the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Um, yeah. How many of the 100 episodes lasted less than an hour? I'm going to guess 2. I honestly don't know. We will probably be able to find out. Um, Now, it was my first ever show was a review of Elementos, because Elementos was a game that I actually asked for. I asked them, I told them, yes, I like the sound of this, I would like to review it. I got the game, I liked it somewhat. I've now sent it on to my nibblings, and they will hopefully be enjoying this. My next few episodes, these were all solo episodes at the start. For the first 33, I just did solo stuff, listener questions, answering questions. I don't know what this one was. Just then I had a review. I was still starting to alternate between listener questions and Ask Me Anythings. Then I had an idea for a brainstorm. Let's do that. I did more reviews back in the day. I mean, I've not done a review for ages. I'd kind of like to get back into that. Oh yeah, the Pandemic Legacy one with spoilers. The Mind, great game. Alan Paul was my first guest on episode 19. And then moving along, a lot more solo episodes. Oh my gosh, so many solo episodes, so many reviews of basically games that I generally love. And we had a QE episode with Gavin Birnbaum who came on. And oh, did I miss Richard Denning? Wait, where did Richard Denning come in? Yeah, so Richard was well, there we go, 23. So yeah, basically Richard Denning was and Alan Paul is apparently, no, you can't proclaim yourself the spokesperson for Bezzy's Bunchy board game Bledder. Exactly. Speak for yourself. Richard Denning, that was super exciting because Richard Denning, it feels like Richard Denning, you know, they're the co-founder of UK Games Expand. It was so exciting to have them. And I was like, you know, are you actually going to be up for coming? And then Richard Denning later on privately, kind of in a private chat, said that it was a lot of fun. And it wasn't just me in that private chat. So I knew that it wasn't just placating me. They kind of just said it of their own volition in a chat with myself, Richard, and there was at least one other person in the chat. So Richard was like, oh yeah, Bez does this thing, it's a lot of fun. It's like, oh, that's lovely. And so I think that's part of why Richard's coming back on tomorrow, which I'm super excited about, to talk about Virtually Expo. Yeah, since then I've had Alan as a regular guest. I've done things like Ponder stuff. I think that was when I was pondering, you know, rules for a game. I was brainstorming things. I did that fairly regularly. Honestly, like, lockdown has been tough because most of the games that I would like to play, I just can't play test. Yes, I can show it off to Chris and McCall. I can show it off and be like, yeah, this is actually a good game. But I can't do my due diligence like that. Not with a game that requires physicality. And so the kinds of games that I like, yeah. Oh, and there's Xate. Hello, Xate.
Hi.
Sorry, there's normally a little bing when people pop in, but I didn't hear it for some reason. Maybe because I was so busy talking.
I've been hanging out here for a while.
I'm really sorry about that.
It's like in the theater, you have the people on the stage, and then you have behind the curtains on the side the people kind of standing off on the side and you can see the entire show, but the view's slightly different, and it's very interesting. It's like yeah. So I've been standing backstage.
And I will paste the link again. And if anyone who's, yeah, I am going to have some editorial control of who I actually let in from backstage to the front stage. But
I thought maybe I hadn't made the cut, you know. I mean, Xate is here. Oh, nah.
Yeah, you kind of have a 1 minute timer. If someone's like really a jerk, then they have like a 2-hour timer, so they only get on if I managed to do a 2-hour stream for my 200th episode. then maybe they will be allowed on for the final 10 seconds or something.
We don't have to wait for a 2-hour stream for another 100 episodes. You'll get there sooner than that.
I mean, we've already done that when I was chatting about the L deck, but yeah, I think Alan Paul did ask how many of them were less than an hour. So I hope you were taking notes, Alan, as I was scrolling along, because I completely forgot. I mean, I'm not sure if any of them, because I think what I started doing at the start was saying, okay, I want it to be an hour, but I want it to be as close to an hour. So if I scroll down to number 1, you can sort of see, okay, 59 minutes, 55 seconds. So maybe exactly one of them was less than an hour. I was like, okay, I want this to be exactly an hour. And I did manage to do that. So I was like, yeah, does it really matter? And so I just kind of started making it a little bit longer. And I was like, and, 1 minute over, 3 minutes over, 7 minutes over. And I think at a certain point, I realized, yeah, people don't really care how long it is. Any take on that?
Well, my take on that. We've talked about
you'd
the time
rather
of
it was
show.
like 3 hours.
Wow. A lot of the length of your stream is interesting or not depends on how much things we also have to do that day. So when I'm bored and laying on my sofa and hoping that I have something to do, and your stream goes 2 hours instead of 1, I'm really, really happy. And with certain guests, I mean, there are guests that you just don't want to hang up on, right? Like, and so I mean, I guess you have solved that a little bit by simply asking them back again. But
Alan, you could do this maths. I'm not doing maths for you. Sorry, stop it. I've already done the work to find out that there's only one episode under an hour. If you want the standard deviation, or even the mean, or mode, or any of the other averages, you can go and put that into a spreadsheet yourself.
Aquasulis, are you there now? Let me know.
There's no one else backstage. But
no, that's not that one. I know he's not backstage. He's got to work today, but unfortunately.
Maybe we can. Episodes, Doddles, which I've talked about quite a bit since, because I've played it a few times with my housemates, Chris and McCall. We've definitely played it 3 times in the past 8 and a couple of weeks and a couple of days, which is quite a bit for me.
But it doesn't end in ELL. It ends in LES. That's wrong. That's not how you spell words. Words always end in ELL. Everybody knows that.
Well, that's only Bezzy words.
So that's not a Bezzy game then?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I thought you knew Doddles. This was Doddles, the one where with all the clay and all this stuff.
I know about it because you talked about it within the last week one time. The one you just talked about it with somebody, and you talked about how you talked about it all the time on the stream. I'm like, I've never heard of this game before. So apparently I started watching after this episode.
And Alan Outson apparently bought it just because of this stream.
I hadn't heard of it, or it hadn't registered. Maybe I'd heard of it and it just hadn't stuck in my brain because clay's not the kind of thing that I would enjoy. I mean, it sounds like an interesting concept, but it sounds like something I would be so bad at that I wouldn't want to.
But I mean, the whole beautiful thing about Doodles is that you're trying to make the things difficult to guess.
I guess I would be bad at making them look like what they were supposed to look like.
So that's perfect for you. I mean, that's...
We had an art class in middle school, and we were supposed to make things out of clay, and you could pick anything at all that you wanted to make out of clay. And if you made it look like that thing, you got an automatic A, which is, the good grade. And I tried so many things to make so many things look like so many things without success that I eventually just decided I'm making rocks. So I took gray clay and just kind of smoothed it out to look a little bit more like rocks. And I didn't even get an A because my rocks looked too much like not rocks. That's how bad I am at working
Wow.
with play.
I'm sorry.
So, yeah, I was
Alan
very.
Alton asks which episode is incorrectly numbered. I mean, I don't think any episodes are incorrectly numbered. If you know something else, then please let me know. Now, number 46 is apparently incorrectly numbered. Oh yeah, so it is. You're right. There it is.
So
Yeah,
I was busy with that.
yeah, do you see that, Xate?
Sorry, I was busy modding.
Thank you very much. I was hoping you'd get to that. Now, I want to say that for episode 50, I had only had 4 guests on. So I had Tally, Casey, Alan, Paul, and Richard Denning. And then 50 was when it felt like the floodgates opened and I just started having a lot more guests. So I had CD and I can't remember their name, sorry. Adrian from Willycon, lovely people. And then the next day I had Tobena, Amy Wosley, and I was still I used to do a thing where every Wednesday I would kind of advertise my own stuff, which I kind of now just do every day, let's be honest.
It's your stream, go for it.
But Calvin Wong, that was such a good episode. Yeah, I really like Calvin as a guest. Calvin Wong Saloon.
Wait, are you wearing orange in that instead of red?
What do you mean? That's not orange. Maybe it's because of the sunshine. Which one are you talking about? 57?
Yes. It looks like you're wearing orange. Who are you? That is orange. That is not red. Who are you? Imposter.
It was a very bright day. Shaz, that was probably the worst episode technically. Unfortunately, there were lots of technical problems. And yeah, apparently that is one orangey red. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to send you a little detour on the private chat that I would like you to take, please.
For me, I'm almost halfway through.
Yeah, but we're limited by Aqua might have to go back to work at some point, so it would be cool if while Aqua's not at work, well, technically at work, but right now he's in the chat, and so it would be cool if at that point you just trust me and play this.
Ooh. Okay, I'm going to. Shall I mute everyone?
Little is for the new words. Macau will make you think of brand new verse. Farewell is very, very extra storytelling. It's even more than anyone can you adore. And love is all that I can give to Belle to you. Love is more than just a couple of two. Even you can make it. Take my heart, please don't break it. Love is shaping me and you. Little is for the way you make new words. Muggle will make you think of brand new words. Fables, very, very extra storytelling. Yeah. is even more than any one game you adore can know. As all that I can giftable to you. Love is more than just a couple of two. Even you can make it. Take my game and please don't break it. Love is shared by me and you. The end has games for me and you. Best has games for me and you.
Aw. Man, that is amazing. Aw. Thank you very much. Can I share that link with everyone?
I don't know. That's a question for Aquasulis.
So Alex can potentially share that link. That is so lovely. I'm so honored. Thank you very much for doing that. It's amazing. Oh, thank you, Xate, and thank you, Alex. I'm going to pause it on a different frame because that's a weird thing for your face.
Yeah, Aqua, I just didn't know if that link took us to anything else other than that in your account. So, but yeah, no, the video, from as far as I'm concerned, I'm willing to be embarrassed on the internet now, apparently.
So I am then
something
going
I've started
to
doing for Corona.
share it everywhere. So if you are watching wherever you're watching, then you will now be able to follow it and listen to the music a little bit better than just hearing it come out of my speakers and back into my microphone. That's basically what's going on there. I don't have any fancy tech set up, so I'm not sure how bad the sound was on everyone else's end.
Yeah, we'll blame the tech. It wasn't my singing. It was all the tech. I sang beautifully. If you actually want, wait, no, they have the link now. That doesn't work. I was counting on Aqua to sing, like, I mean, Aqua's an actual musician. I was counting on him singing louder than me and better than me, and I just kind of fade into the background and everything be okay. But yeah, he tricked me.
Oh. And yeah, and Alex said Alan apparently wants to join in, so now we're expecting 3 Allens for stream number 200. Ooh.
Well, Alan, I don't know how you would have joined in on a duet, but sure. Next time, duet with 3.
I mean, you could do Bohemian Rhapsody or something.
Yeah, yeah, you keep the expectations nice and low there. I already feel like Nat King Cole was a stretch. Like,
oh no, this was so good. Thank you so much. And well, Alan's up for the challenge.
I don't normally sing in public, but I did catch a slight sadness, well, more than slight sadness, as I mentioned I would not be rapping for your 100th. You let out quite a sad little sigh and said, "Oh," and I thought, well, maybe not rapping. So yeah, I'm happy to also spare you my rapping because that's worse than my singing. Yeah, Aqua, and you're a musician. You can give me like lessons, right? Help me get like less bad.
I am going to be skipping one of the busy. So actually, I have some really sad news. I've already been talking with Xate about this. And this, I'm going to be upfront. I don't want anyone to get too worried. This is totally clickbait, but this is going to be the last ever busy brunchy board game blether.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to come on for the final episode of this format. I wanted to make sure to at least say goodbye to the show. So.
Yeah, and so I. Oh yeah, the reason that's so just to let people know, there is going to be a future Saturday. I think it's 21st, something like that, when I'm going to be talking at 10 a.m. on UK Games Expo. But you know what? I just felt like,
Yeah, I mean, it's time, Bez.
it's all a matter of time. It's not cool. Like, I mean, I've just been ignoring people for so long. I've had people on from New Zealand. I've had people on from Australia. I feel like I've been ignoring them.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
so
I
this is going to be
agree.
the last ever Betty Brunchy board game bladder.
Although, to be technically completely honest, it's not even the 100th Bezzy Brunchy board game blether, because you only changed it to brunch recently because of me. It used to be breakfast.
That is true.
But either way, yeah, the morning time food group Bezzy breakfast brunchy board blether thing needs to end. It's too, it's too limiting.
So I am going to now say, so the announcement is, tomorrow I'm starting a new show. It's called the Bezzy Bedtime Board Game Bladder. And it's all in honor of the New Zealanders and the Australians, who I think that have kind of been sorts of, ignoring. And so I want to celebrate the people around the world who come on when it's 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. So now it's the Bezzy Bedtime Board Game Bladder.
And it's at the same time in the UK time zone, correct?
Yes. It's at 10 a.m. UK, but it's it's 9 p.m. some places, it's 8 p.m. some places. Maybe some people want to go to bed early. Maybe it's 1 a.m. some places, and maybe people are watching it super late.
To be fair, my alarm went off at the start of your show this morning to remind me that I actually do have to get out of bed to come on the show. And if it had been one day later, I could have just opened my laptop in bed and stayed there to watch, because it would have been okay to be in bed for a bedtime show. But no, for a brunch show, I had to get up and make myself coffee. So I feel less limited by it.
I mean, with a Bezzy Bedtime Board Game Bladder, you could just stay in bed and you could be a guest from your bed if you wish.
Totally. I mean, I wouldn't do that, but I could.
Maybe just get up, do my exercise, go back into bed, and that could be
like big fluffy pillows behind us.
Yes.
You could start telling bedtime stories.
I mean, I don't want to say this has to be your bedtime.
No, but I mean, we could always save the bedtime story if we don't want to go to bed after the stream. Listen to it later.
That's true. Like, I could link to bedtime stories, all sorts of things. And, no, the decision has been made. It is. I know it sounds a bit weird, given that I live in the UK, and pretty much all my audience is in the Europe, but it is Bezzy Bedtime Board Game Bladder.
I was going to say, if you say UK again.
What's wrong with where I live?
Well, most of your audience, I mean, I want to feel important too. I'm part of most of your audience.
Oh, you meant when I said most of my audience is from Europe, you thought I was going to say UK.
Yeah, I thought you were going to be like, all the important people are in the UK, and I'd be like,
no, most of my audience is in Europe. It's just a fact.
Okay.
There's you, and there's like lots of people that you've brought over, and
me? No, they're all here for you.
There's Tally, who sometimes pops in. Yeah, who else?
Jess is not in Europe, so Jess, you're being left out.
Yeah. Jess does watch.
Pointedly.
Well, I've not seen Jess for quite a while.
Me neither. I miss Jess. Jess, where are you? Jess, come back, Jess.
Yeah.
I don't think she can hear me.
Anyway, so this is not yet the Bezzy Bedtime Board Game Bladder. This is still the Bezzy Brunchy Board Game Bladder. This is the last ever Bezzy Brunchy Board Game Bladder, just to make that clear. But looking at cheers to new beginnings. So looking forwards, I've had Alan Paul every 2 weeks. I think Dan Wilkinson was probably, also, this is about the time when I was like, oh wow, people will really agreed to be on my show, even if they're from like distributors and stuff. That was super exciting having Dan on, and this was around the time when I started having a proper schedule and just trying to fit in as many guests as I could. And I think that for me, a good number is probably about 6 guests per week, because I like having one solo show just for the sake of it. Lolvy's been amazing. I had Lolvy on basically every couple of weeks.
I love it when Lolvy comes.
Okay, Ellie Dix, I'm having them on again just before UK Games Expos. Eric Slauson, they are my one guest from the USA. It was like something like 5 a.m. for them. It was crazy.
Ah, that was insane.
Oh, AJ from Able Table and Nozomi from Itzen. That was super exciting. Oh, I want to reach out to them again, see if I can get them on again.
I actually was talking about that interview with someone recently during a different interview I was doing because Itten came up, and I was like, it was so cool. Bez got to interview someone from Itten, and they were on the morning show, and so yeah, it was really like I was like that was something I was like bragging for you about. I'm like, yeah, and Itten was on Bez's show. Yeah, so I think at least one person went back and rewatched that episode out of interest. So.
I mean, apparently we've had 77 views on Facebook and some number of views on other mediums that I'm not going to look at. I mean, it's weird. I don't know what these numbers mean. Why this one's apparently got 296 views. I mean, is that people just watching 30 seconds of it? Or
I don't know how it's done on Facebook. If on YouTube, the views are only people who watched all the way to the last second. So if they click off, even while you're singing the bye-bye song, you don't get a view count.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So have you ever, like, you can see it too. Like, you go on and you watch someone's video, and if you stop it before the end, the view count doesn't go up. But if you let it keep going, it clicks up one.
So that's almost like an argument against the bumper bits at the end where you advertise your own things.
Oh yeah, I click off before all of those. And if it's somebody's stream who I really, really like, I'll like manually scroll past that just to give them the view. But I do that for maybe like one person. So normally I'm just like, well, no. Because a lot of them, like, people do like even like 30 seconds or a minute of self-promotion.
YouTube. I only need 49 more subscribers. I'm halfway there. You might say I am living with, hope.
I'm sorry. I'm already a subscriber. I can't.
And if you would like to help me get to 100, that would be awesome. But
come on, Alan. What are you doing? Go make 40 accounts on YouTube and follow Bez.
Calvin Wong Saloon has been a regular guest, although they have warned me that it depends on their energy level. They are actually coming on next Thursday for my birthday. Aww. And even though it's my birthday, we're going to chat about Calvin's new project and specifically about writing for Twilight's Imperium for Fantasy Flight Games.
Cool. Yeah, we keep not getting to the actual writing part of the interview with him because there's so much other interesting stuff going on. I think I know at least one person who's very interested in the writing part who watches along.
Yeah, I mean, I just love Calvin Wong Saloon being on the shows because we have a good chat, and even like that episode where I started talking, I should get this somewhere where it's not got all the components slipping. But when we were talking about Tenergy Empire, a game that I would be happy to play at, maybe free player. I'd be up for playing it free player. Probably not. I'm not that keen on playing it. I don't want to play it 5-player particularly.
So that's actually another one of the ones where I said I haven't played older games. I don't know that one yet either. I would be interested in having you teach me that next time I'm in London. For sure.
And it plays fairly well.
Better than Euphoria, which I taught you at a 3-player game where 2 people didn't know it.
Yeah, Euphoria seems like it was really lacking in something. And I feel like, we go back into this whole thing for player counts. If you put the player counts on the box, it should be good at that. And I think there's something wrong when it says 1 to 5 when there's some imbalancing, I would almost argue. I'm not doing a review of Energy Empire today. I feel like I'd need to play it maybe 1, 2 more times, and also, to be honest, make time. I mean, I almost feel like at some points, if I want, once I've organized my games and once I'm ready to get rid of a game, it's quite a nice sending off format, if you know what I mean, to say, okay, I'm going to review it for half an hour, just ramble about it. So if I'm ever like, hey, why did I get rid of that game? I really want that back, then I could rewatch my old review. But oh yeah, that's why I got rid of it. Do you know what I mean?
Aqua, you always count, but you're also on Twitch, so it doesn't matter. So
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't care about my viewer, how many people supposedly view the thing on YouTube or whatever, but that was really interesting for me to learn, because that means that when I see, oh wow, there's a Korean person who's made this video and like so many thousands of people have seen, there's a very strange video in Korean about people playing Yogi. It's very strange. I'm just warning you, it's about these two kids, and then they end up slapping their bums. It's very weird.
is that not a card in Yogi? I mean,
no, it's not.
I mean, that could be a card in Yogi.
I mean, it could have been, but no, it's not. I promise you. It's not even in Yogi Guru. And
what about Yogi After Dark?
I think it's this sort of weird song and dance thing that they do at the end, but it starts off with like the kids saying, hey, I can do a better headstand than you, and the other one's like, hey, I can do this, can you do this? And the other one's like, yeah, obviously I can do that. And the other one's like, hey, and then they kind of do these physical poses, and then the mom says, hey, hey, hey. I'm guessing based on this is how I imagine what they're saying, because I've got no idea what they're actually saying. But then the mom
I thought there were like subtitles or something, but you're just making it up.
And says, hey, if you want to have an argument about your physical ability, then play this game instead. And then they all play this game. Yogi!
That's actually a pretty good marketing strategy if you think about it, because kids are always trying to one up each other and see what, that's a very common like childhood thing, is like, can you do what I can do? I can do it better. And then it's always stupid stuff like, I can touch my toes, I can touch my nose and my ear at the same time. Can you? And everyone's like, yeah. But kids get super into that. They're like, so yeah. I mean, there you go. Maybe you can get a translation of the video and use it.
I mean,
or we could just do one, Bez. We could just make up the voices, and you and I just do a voiceover of it.
I mean, I'm not. Yeah, we could do lots of things. I mean, part of it is like there's only so many hours in the day, and I would genuinely like to ramble about Energy Empire for an hour and a half, but I'd rather have, cool guests and be able to speak to people. Do you know what I mean? I feel for me that's a slightly bigger priority if I have to choose one.
I mean, I can wax poetic on any game for 15 minutes if you want me to.
Nah, that's cool.
Which I have proven and do not want to do again.
Well, now you say you've proven.
Yes, there were definite witnesses. You and I believe Catherine Morgan have heard me.
Yes.
I've heard me do this.
This should be like almost a regular thing. Kind of, maybe not now, because I do genuinely want to finish at 11.
And maybe not 15 whole minutes. That would probably bore people, wouldn't it?
I was thinking that I could chat. Maybe I could chat about I don't know, rock paper scissors or something equally mundane, or knots and crosses.
Equally mundane. I would just like to repeat that. Equally mundane as the game that I waxed poetic on for 15 minutes, which was Paper Alphabetical. just quoting you.
Something equally mundane to rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, okay. That way around. I was going to be surprised because I didn't think you consider your own games mundane. That would have been a bit of bad advertising.
Oh, quite enjoyed Paper Alphabetical. But some people,
me too. I waxed poetic about it for 15 minutes.
By the way, honestly, I am fine if you want to say like, hey, this Groot is particularly creepy and I don't like it, but I like your squirrel. I
I
mean,
really did like the dinosaur was hilarious, and the duck eating ice cream. That was for Aqua, right? Aqua Sulis was the one who I'm
yeah.
pretty sure suggested that. Like that should be like a card. Like that's like a children's birthday card type of thing. Like you should market that one. Yeah, that's creepy. I look like an alien tree. But that's like a children's birthday card right there. Am I wrong? Come on, comments. Back me up here. You would pay money to send that to a child for a birthday card, right? I would. Well, maybe not money because I don't spend money, but you know.
Wait, was that the first time that you'd seen that, Alex?
Show it again. Show it again. And that tells me Aqua doesn't watch my show, which makes me sad.
There. So here you go. Yeah, I was going to take photos of it later today and put them up on the thing. So that says that. And speaking of which, if I exit that, oh, I'm glad that you like it. Awesome. And I was going to say Tuesday for me has to be a drawing day anyway. So maybe if we could gently cajole at least one other person into hanging out on a Tuesday next week, that would be quite nice.
Okay.
If you're up for that. Anyway,
sure
back to the reminiscing, and we've only got 9 minutes left. Oh, I did the LDEC one, which was the longest one ever at 2 hours and almost 1 minute. Started generally reviewing my week, which I think was a good tradition. That I feel like, I mean, I do a fair bit of remembering my highlights and stuff, which I think is good for mental health. But I think it is sometimes good to take stock and be like, yeah, I'm going to chat about my week, you know, on a semi-arbitrary day. Or, yeah, we had Catherine on. I did the first impressions of Association de D-Day, and I got a message back from the people just to say that that was fun to watch. And this is me trying to talk about it whilst hula hooping and trying to take things out of the box. But the lighting was all wrong because the sun was behind me. You can't really see the game.
I was the only live viewer for that. Even though you announced it, everybody else got sidetracked and had to watch it back later. It was hilarious, though. And very impressive. Like the touching your foot thing while hula hooping and holding a box.
Thank you very much.
Like, I can't even touch my foot without hula hooping. So.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like, even if you bend your back and your legs and everything?
I'm not going to stand up and try now because then you'd see. But I don't think so. But I have huge problems. I can't, like, standing on one foot is an issue for me. Bending my knees is an issue for me. Like, I've got a lot of, yeah.
It's
so I have, like,
if you sit down.
Well, yeah, I mean, like right now, yeah, I'm touching my foot. Okay, that was easy. but
okay. You can touch your foot.
But it was only easy today. 3 days ago, I wouldn't have been able to do that because my knee was dislocated. So yeah. Just depends on what my body's doing to kill me that day and whatnot.
So, well,
isn't getting old fun?
The time is running out. If you want to be parts of it, I'm just going to share my StreamYard link one more time if anyone else wants to pop in.
Alan, I think that's cheating.
What did Alan?
Nothing. Alan whispered something to me, and I think it's cheating.
So, I enjoyed having Leanne on, who was lovely. We're going to definitely have them on again to talk logistics. Yeah, Phoebe was a great guest, definitely having them on again. And they introduced me to Mark, who I'm talking with next week about Board Game Arena, which I still haven't signed up for. And I'm going to, you know, inquire about all the options before I click the final button. Because
Phoebe is wonderful. I really like her.
Had Sally Jones, lovely friend, who was there for the first ever group live stream that I did, which was like a multi-camera thing. Jessica Hancock, lovely time. Steve D. Oh yeah, talking about what was Bez Day. Oh yeah, I remembered that. That was like last weekend.
Bez Day.
And I
I
unboxed
remember Bez Day.
and then I unboxed the expansions. And
My
had
expansions. You unboxed my expansions.
Yes, and I sent the Inner Binds and expansions to Xate, and fairly soon I'm going to be drawing things in a strict order. I do really need to redraw some of the categorical letters, so I hope people will be happy to wait whilst I first redraw the letters, because that is a thing that I actually have to draw. I don't have to do anything. I mean, it's not like lightning's going to strike and kill me or anything, but if I don't, but it's something that I feel is a really high priority, getting that done.
But
And then
you
that brings
didn't
us...
send me in a bind. You sent me in a bond. It's just in the box is misspelled. It's definitely, you definitely sent me a copy of in a bond.
And then we had Norbert on yesterday, and then this video. I wonder what happens if I click here. Oh,
That's hilarious.
Whoa.
Inception.
Wait, now we're
going down the rabbit hole.
Okay, so we're going to go now. We can actually see how slow it is, and see what happens.
That's so scary. Oh, with subtitles even, that's awesome. Oh, wow, that's scary.
What's our final guest? Hopefully not the... Hello, Alan.
I'm on the internet.
What? No, this isn't on the internet, is it? You didn't tell me that.
You're on the internet multiple times. There's 2 of you, Alan.
So you make up for it.
If you stick around, there's going to be 3 of you.
There's 100 of me. I've made every episode.
There's only 3.
This is too many of me. Nobody can handle this many me. This is too many of me. Nobody can handle this many me.
I think
yeah, you have the sound on every single tab. Every single...
I do not have the sound on.
Yeah, no, it's going down. It's hearing. I'm hearing it every time I. Going down. It's hearing. I'm hearing it every time I. Going down. It's hearing. I'm hearing it.
Is it Alan?
Alan, maybe it's you. Yeah, it was Alan.
Yeah, it was Alan. It's all good. Oh, and you're looking very well, Alan. Have you got some sorts of haircuts recently? Now, I think that it's about time.
I think should Alan have to do the quick questionable questions since Alan's never actually here live?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I've got a very dodgy headphone connection. Hello. And then
well, we already know
myself.
Alan's answers, but
no, I do need to skedaddle. It has been lovely. I want to start wrapping up by saying, oh yeah, I never actually told people to comment and ask questions and from like follow. I never did that bit. I never did the bit where I said I go to siftbybeds.breakcartel.com, twitter.com/stuffbybeds, instagram.com/stuffbybeds, twitch.tv/stuffbybeds, facebook.com/thingsbybeds, stuffbybeds@gmail.com. And what are we looking forward to? Hopes and ambitions, it's over to you for this final section.
Me?
Yeah, sure, Alan Oughton. What are you looking forward to?
Oh, I'm going to just sit in the garden with a lovely book and enjoy the beautiful weather we're having.
Sounds good. See?
I wish we were having beautiful weather. It's really hot here. But I have plans to play some Board Games Arena with someone in Skype and maybe drink iced beverages while doing so and have an ice pack on my lap or something because it's unbearable here right now.
And I am about to. Oh, this is so crazy! I love this visual noise. I'm going to be cycling about 13 miles today. And you know what happens when I cycle 13 miles?
Bubble tea?
Exactly. And also later tonight, I'm going to be having a small private birthday party online, by which I mean like people who know me on Facebook are invited. It's going to be from like 5:30 to 8:30-ish. Just a short one. We'll probably play some Board Game Arena games if you're around. And yeah, exactly. I love this kind of. We've got. Oh wait, sorry, Xate. We've got
I've moved up the pecking
and
order.
Alan
Yay.
and myself, and now we kind of. And if you want to talk about what we've had happen with Xate, Alan, and myself, we could chat about.
Alan, stop hitting me on the head. It hurts.
I don't even remember what happened. It's just been craziness. It's been a crazy 100 episodes. Thank you so much for that song, Alex and Xate. That was lovely. And thank you, Alan, for coming onto the stream. And
I can do it all in mime.
And thank you to everyone who's been watching. Thank you. Oh, I never said thank you to Heather Newton, who was the person who actually got me started by saying, hey, there's this other person who's done this thing, and you could try doing the same thing. And yeah, well, they didn't even say you could try doing the same thing. They said, hey, there's someone else who's doing a daily stream. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. And it has been a really nice way to get out every day. Please share, please spread the word. My next stream is going to be tomorrow at 10 a.m., where I'm going to be doing the first ever Bezzy Bedtime Board Game Bladder. And I'm going to be chatting to Richard Denning about Virtually Expo. And that is it. There's only one thing left to do, which is to say bye, 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 bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello.